Thank you, Kurt. Here's what's happening in the region. Shortly after dropping off his wife in Aranguez on Friday morning, businessman Shiraz Ali was shot dead in Trinidad and Tobago. The Express reported that the killing happened outside the Aranguez North Secondary School at around 6:30 a.m. Police were told that the 53-year-old man of Edinburgh 500 Chaguanas had dropped off his wife at Favorite Foods Limited and was driving by the school when a car pulled alongside. He was shot in the head and died at the scene. Ali was one of three killed overnight. The homicide toll is now at least 291 for the year so far in Trinidad and Tobago. Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro on Friday accused the state body responsible for tracking deforestation levels of disclosing false data after preliminary numbers showed a dramatic rise in July. Reuters reported that the remarks come a day after Brazil's National Institute for Space Research published preliminary satellite data showing deforestation in Brazil's Amazon rainforest accelerated in the first half of July to more than 1,000 square kilometers. This is an increase of 68% from the entire month of July 2018. Internationally, extremely hot weather has started to hit most of the United States, with temperatures set to peak over the weekend, meteorologists say. According to the BBC, the heat wave could affect about 200 million people in major cities like New York, Washington, and Boston in the East Coast and the Midwest region as well. In some places, temperatures could be close to or exceed 38 degrees Celsius. Experts say heat waves are becoming more frequent, a phenomenon that is linked to climate change. The world experienced its hottest June on record this year, with an average temperature worldwide of 16.4 degrees Celsius, according to new data. South Africa's watchdog has accused President Cyril Ramaphosa of misleading Parliament and potential money laundering over a campaign donation. Mr. Ramaphosa has previously denied any wrongdoing. According to the BBC, his supporters say the allegations made by the public prosecutor are politically motivated. The scandal is seen as part of a larger power struggle within the governing party, the BBC reported. Last year, the South African president told Parliament that he had not received election campaign donations from a controversial local company during his bid to lead the ruling African National Congress. It later emerged that it was not true. Mr. Ramaphosa apologized and said he had been misinformed, but South Africa's corruption watchdog has now said the president deliberately misled Parliament and should be investigated by prosecutors. A mob in eastern India has beaten to death 3 men suspected of trying to steal cattle. They say the suspects were caught by villagers in the Bihar state as they were trying to load a buffalo and a calf onto a lorry on Friday morning, the BBC reported. This is the latest in a spate of cow vigilante attacks that have provoked alarm among religious minorities and socially underprivileged classes. Hindus consider cows sacred and killing them is taboo. 3 villagers were later arrested in connection with the lynching. And that brings us to the end of regional and international headlines. Back to you, Kurt.